Hello, this is a tutorial series over the tutorial called Create a Hill Scene using Gradients and Adobe Illustrator. This tutorial website is a bit old, so I thought I'd make this video series to help you follow along. This video is for part one, where you will be creating your palette. What you will be doing for this tutorial is making a scene that looks similar to this. You don't have to make it look exact, just similar. And I want you to follow the steps so that you get the same aesthetic as this example. So on part one, you'll be creating your palette. Because this website's a little bit old, there is a link to a website called Adobe Color or Cooler, or however you want to say it. When you open it, Adobe has actually renamed this and it has revamped this website. It's now called Adobe Color. So if you're looking at these instructions, they're a little out of date. So I'm going to show you what to do. What it's wanting you to do is to find an image where you can pull, that you want to pull the colors from. So the whole story about this tutorial is that they found a picture that they liked and they wanted to recreate it in Adobe Illustrator. So they imported that image and tossed it into the website and pulled some colors from it. So for you to do this, you can go find an image you like off the internet, or if you have one already, you can also upload that. So for example, I can look up a sunset and we could go to images and we can find a sunset that we like. So maybe I'll pick this one. If I like this picture, I can right click on it and we can save this. So we're saving it from the internet to our computer. And we could call this sunset. I'll call it sunset 2 because I already have a sunset. Once you find the image that you want, download it to your computer. Let's go back to this Adobe Color website. So on the instructions, it actually tells you to find a button that says create from image. That has changed. So what you're looking for is this button that says extract theme. So if you click on extract theme, it'll give you this message that says, hey, give me an image. So we can drag and drop our file, or we can select the file. So I'm going to go navigate to find my file that I downloaded, and I called it Sunset 2. Once I select it, I can click on open. And we can see that Adobe Color has pulled some colors from it, right? It just automatically did it. On the left-hand side, you can see that there's different color moods. So maybe if you choose bright, you can see there's maybe brighter colors or muted. This one doesn't seem to change as much unless we choose deep or dark. Dark definitely has a different change. So you can choose one of these if you want to, or you'll notice the little stops, the little circles on the screen on your image. You can drag those and it will act like an eyedropper. So we can tweak those to get the colors that we want from this image. So the nice part about Adobe Color, and this is real important, is that you need to sign into your Adobe account. At the top right-hand corner, it may say sign in. I'm already signed in. So you'll want to sign in. You'll want to use your TIVA or TOPS school account, your email address, right? That's going to be ending in at tivahallsville.org or at texasonlineprep.org. If it asks you, you should make sure you sign into your company or school account, not your personal account. Once you sign in, this is where the magic happens. Over here on the right-hand side, we can see it's going to save to our library. And we can name this theme. And what this is going to do, it's going to save these colors that we've chosen from the sunset. So I'm going to call this sunset theme. And I'm going to click on save. And you can see at the bottom, it says, hey, it's successfully added to my library. So what we're going to do now is we're going to switch gears. We're going to go open up Adobe Illustrator. And we're going to make a new file if you haven't already. And I'm going to pick the print category and I'll pick a letter. That's going to be the size of a piece of paper, an 8.5 by 11-inch paper. And I'm going to click on create. All right, now we've got our piece of paper. What I want you to do is click on window. And we're looking for our library, right? Because if you remember, in Adobe Color, we saved our theme to our library. So you can see mine is already checked. And you can actually see on the right-hand side that here are my themes. I've already saved a couple of themes, and we can find the one that I just saved a minute ago called Sunset Theme. So we can hover over it, and it shows the 5 colors we pulled from it. All right, to finish the magic, we are going to look for our swatches window. Our swatches window, if you go up to Windows and find swatches, if you've ever painted your wall or painted something and you gone to the store, they give you little pieces of paper with the paint colors on it, right? Those are called swatches. So you can think of swatches as bookmarks of color, right? In case you really, really like a color, you want to make sure you find it every single time. So we're going to click on swatches. And we could see there's some pre-made swatches, but we want to add our swatches, the ones that we just pulled from the image. So I'm going to hover over my theme in my library and right click on it. And we're going to choose Add Theme to Swatches. Once you click on Add Theme to Swatches, you'll notice there's a brand new folder that has the 5 colors that we pulled from that image. That way, if you aren't able to finish your work on the same day or same hour, or you have to close out Illustrator, your swatches will be saved. So every time you open up this document, you'll have those swatches. All right. What you want to do is save your work, file and save. Save it to your computer. And you always got to remember 2 things when you're saving a document, right? You got to pay attention to where it's going and what it's called. So I am personally going to choose my desktop, so I can it's just on my desktop, and I'm going to call it something that makes sense, right? So this is probably, we could call this Hills Tutorial, and click on Save. When you see this pop up, you just click on OK, and now it's saved the fact that you added your theme to the swatches. All right, that's it for part number 1. So now you can go to part number 2.